Right now, as you sit there reading this, something inside you is burning. Not in a dramatic, visible way, not with flames you can see, but in a quiet, constant, unstoppable reaction that never pauses, never sleeps, and never asks for your permission. You are on fire. Every breath you take pulls oxygen deep into your lungs. That oxygen travels through your blood, reaching trillions of cells. Inside each one, a process begins. Molecules collide, bonds break, energy is released, heat is produced. This is not metaphor. This is combustion at the microscopic level, happening billions of times every second. You don't feel it because your body controls it. It regulates the burn, keeps it stable, prevents it from turning into chaos. But make no mistake, this is the same fundamental process that powers a flame. The only difference is control. Fire in the open is wild. Fire inside you is disciplined. You are not a static being. You are not a solid object moving through time. You are a continuous chemical reaction, a system that survives only by constantly converting matter into energy. The food you eat is not just nourishment, it is fuel. The oxygen you breathe is not just air, it is an accelerant, and without both, the fire ends. Carl Sagan once pointed out that we are made of the same stuff as the cosmos, but there is a deeper layer to that idea. You don't just come from the universe, you behave like it. The same laws that ignite stars are quietly operating inside you right now, scaled down, controlled, contained. You feel calm, you feel stable, but beneath that illusion is constant activity. You're burning through yourself to stay alive. Every second a part of you is used up, converted, gone, replaced for now but never preserved forever. This is the reality most people never confront. You wake up, go through your day, make plans as if your existence is fixed, as if your body is something solid and reliable. But it isn't. It is a temporary balance of reactions, a fragile equilibrium between fuel and oxygen, between energy release and control. If that balance shifts too far in either direction, everything collapses. Too little oxygen, and the fire suffocates. Too much uncontrolled reaction, and the system destroys itself. So you exist in a narrow window, a precise set of conditions where this internal fire can continue just long enough for you to think, act, and believe you are something permanent, but you are not permanent. You are a flame that has learned to be aware of itself. To stay alive, you must take from the world and break it apart. There is no alternative, no gentler version of existence hidden somewhere deeper in reality. Life, at its core, runs on destruction. Every time you eat, you are not simply fueling yourself in a passive way. You are dismantling structures that once existed in another form. Plants captured energy from sunlight, built complex molecules, stored that energy in their tissues. Animals consumed those plants, reorganized that energy again, and now it reaches you where it is broken down once more. Inside your cells, glucose molecules are split apart. Oxygen rushes in and reacts, electrons move, bonds collapse, energy is released in controlled bursts. This energy keeps your heart beating, your brain firing, your muscles moving. But it only comes from tearing something else down. There is no creation here without destruction. Even the oxygen you depend on plays a double role. It gives you life by allowing these reactions to happen. But it also slowly damages you. The same chemical reactivity that keeps your internal fire alive also erodes your cells over time. It is both your ally and your slow undoing. This is the balance you live in. You cannot pause it. You cannot step outside it. The moment these reactions stop, you stop. There is no version of you that exists without this constant cycle of consumption and breakdown. And here is the part most people avoid thinking about. You are not separate from this process. You are not the controller of it. You are the result of it. What you call yourself is just the current state of this ongoing reaction. A temporary arrangement of matter and energy that only exists because the process continues. The thoughts you have, the emotions you feel, the decisions you make, all of it depends on this invisible fire being fed every second. You are not standing above the system. You are inside it, shaped by it, limited by it. And if the supply chain breaks, if oxygen is cut off, if nutrients stop coming in, the system doesn't negotiate. It doesn't wait. It shuts down immediately. This is the brutal truth. Your survival depends on a continuous act of taking, breaking, and converting. Not occasionally, not when convenient. Every second. You don't notice it because it is smooth, automatic, silent, but it is happening right now. And it will keep happening until one day it can't. You don't feel yourself aging in real time. There's no alarm inside you counting down, no visible signal that something is slipping away every second. But it is, quietly, constantly. The fire inside you is not just keeping you alive, it is also wearing you down. Every reaction that releases energy leaves a trace behind, not always visible, not immediate, but real. Molecules don't just break and rebuild perfectly. Errors happen. Damage accumulates. Structures weaken. Over time, the system you rely on becomes harder to maintain. This is not a flaw. This is how physics works. There is a concept at the heart of it all: entropy. It means that every process tends toward disorder. Every transfer of energy spreads out, becomes less useful, less concentrated. You cannot escape this. Nothing can. Your body fights it constantly, repairs damage, replaces cells, maintains order. But it's a losing battle over the long run, because the cost of maintaining order is energy, and the process of using that energy creates more disorder. So you are caught in a loop. You burn energy to stay organized, but burning that energy slowly breaks you down. You rebuild but never perfectly. You repair but never completely. Tiny imperfections stack up. Cells lose efficiency. Systems become fragile. The fire keeps going, but the structure holding it starts to fail. This is aging, not some abstract concept, not just wrinkles or gray hair. It is the gradual loss of your ability to resist entropy, the slow collapse of order into chaos. And it began the moment you started. From your first breath, the process was already in motion. You were never moving toward permanence. You were moving through a temporary state of balance, heading in one direction only, forward, toward breakdown. You can slow it, you can influence it, but you cannot stop it. No belief system changes it, no denial pauses it, no distraction cancels it. Every second, something inside you becomes slightly less precise than it was before. You won't notice it today, maybe not tomorrow. But over years it becomes undeniable. This is the truth most people avoid because it strips away the illusion of control. You are not building a permanent self. You are maintaining a temporary one. And the clock is not something external. It is built into the very reactions keeping you alive. You are not just on fire. You are the ash in progress. You feel central to your own life. Everything you experience tells you that you matter, that your thoughts, your struggles, your existence carry weight. But step outside your perspective for a moment, and the scale collapses. The same rules governing your body govern everything else. The reactions inside your cells are not special. They are not unique. They are expressions of the same physical laws shaping stars, galaxies, and the vast emptiness between them. Look at the nuclear fusion happening inside the sun. Hydrogen atoms collide under extreme pressure, fuse into helium, and release enormous energy. That energy travels across space, reaches Earth, and becomes the foundation of nearly all life. Plants capture it, convert it, store it, you consume it, break it apart again. Different scale. Same principle. There is no special exemption for you, no hidden layer of reality where human existence becomes the priority. The universe does not adjust itself for your comfort, your plans, or your survival. If the delicate balance inside your body fails, the process stops. Instantly, no warning, no negotiation, and nothing out there responds, no shift in the stars. No pause in time, no signal that something meaningful has ended. That silence is not cruelty, it's indifference. The universe is not against you. But it is not for you either. It does not recognize your importance, because importance is something your mind creates, not something written into the laws of physics. To the universe, you are a temporary arrangement of matter and energy, following rules that existed long before you and will continue long after you're gone. This is where most people pull back, because accepting this means letting go of a comforting illusion, the idea that your existence holds a guaranteed significance beyond what you give it. But here's the sharper edge of that truth. If the universe does not assign you meaning, then meaning is not something you find, it is something you create. And that creation is limited, not infinite, not open-ended. It exists only while your internal fire is still burning. Ignore this, and you drift. You delay. You assume there will always be more time, more chances, more opportunities to act, decide, or change direction. But the universe is not tracking your unfinished plans. The reactions inside you are running now. The energy is being spent now. And the end point is not flexible. So the question becomes unavoidable. If nothing out there is keeping score, why are you acting like you have unlimited time to figure things out? So now you see it, not as an idea, not as a poetic metaphor, but as a raw fact of reality. You are a temporary system, powered by a controlled burn moving in one direction. Every second, energy flows through you. Every second, part of that energy is gone forever. Not stored, not saved, spent. And the most dangerous thing you can do is pretend this isn't happening, because when you ignore it, you start living like your time is static, like your energy is something you can waste without consequence. You delay decisions, you hold back action, you wait for the right moment, as if the system you depend on isn't actively running down. But it is. Right now, the fire inside you doesn't pause when you hesitate. It doesn't slow down when you doubt yourself. It doesn't care about your excuses, your fears, or your comfort zone. It keeps going, burning fuel, releasing energy, moving you forward whether you act or not. This is the shift most people never make. They understand on some level that life is limited, but they don't feel it in their decisions. They don't connect it to how they spend their time, their focus, their energy. So they drift, they distract themselves. They trade their finite fuel for things that don't matter. Endless scrolling, empty routines, delayed ambitions, half-lived days. It feels harmless in the moment. But zoom out, and it's not harmless at all. It's conversion without intention. You are burning energy anyway. The only question is what that energy is building or wasting while it disappears, because here's the reality most people never confront. You don't run out of time suddenly. You run out of energy gradually. You become less capable of change, less willing to take risks, less able to push against inertia. The fire weakens, not instantly, but steadily, and by the time most people realize it, they no longer have the same capacity they once had. That's the real cost of ignoring these truths. Not just that life ends, but that it shrinks long before it does. So what do you do with this? You stop treating your energy like it's infinite. You start seeing every decision as a direction for the fire inside you, because that's exactly what it is. Attention is fuel allocation. Effort is energy transfer. Focus is control over where that fire goes. You don't need more time, you need sharper use of the time you already have. You don't need perfect conditions. The system was never designed for perfection. It was designed for motion, for reaction, for use, so use it. Do the thing you keep delaying. Say the thing you keep holding back. Build something that actually matters to you, instead of defaulting to what's easy. Move, even if it's imperfect. Act, even if it's uncomfortable, because doing nothing is not neutral. Doing nothing is still burning, and that's the part most people miss. Inaction feels safe, but it consumes the same finite resource as action. The difference is that one leaves something behind, and the other doesn't. One shapes your existence, the other lets it pass. There is no pause button in this system. No way to store unused energy for later. No rewind, only direction, and one day, without asking you, without warning you, the process will stop. The reactions will cease, the fire will go out, no extra time, no final extension, no chance to go back and reclaim what you burned without purpose. So stop negotiating with yourself, stop acting like you have unlimited retries. You have a burning system, a limited window, and a choice about how that energy gets used. That's it. So decide, right now. Because whether you act or not, the fire is still consuming you, and if you're going to burn anyway, then burn with direction,